Hi, everyone. Before I start, I want to make sure that this is working. I'm not the best at technology. If anyone can't see this, you could just like text me or whatever. But okay, yay. Okay, good. Oh, hi, everyone. Um, Thank you for joining me and welcome to Dinner, Comedy, and the Apocalypse. You provide the dinner, I provide the comedy, hopefully, and you name it provides the apocalypse. Hey, what's new? No, nothing? Same here. Same old pandemic shit. Thank you for giving me a reason to put on a bra and a little mascara. So I actually almost canceled this because my phone got water damage and I couldn't access any of my material which on my phone because enough of that. I decided to keep going, and then I was able to retrieve my phone. But honestly, the main reason I was going to cancel, I actually almost shown to anyone, and I don't even know if it's funny. It's just been me, stuck in my apartment for like 19 days now. So I was really nervous, and then I thought, you know what? Who cares, right? Who cares? I mean, what better thing do you have to do anyway, right? Like fold laundry, take a shower. That's been the highlight of my days. Right? And it's like you don't have to leave your house. You're not paying any money. You don't even have to put on pants. And if you think I suck, you can just like push a button and uh then I'm gone. I'm like, oh, they don't like my comedy. Like, there's a lot more important things going on right now in the world. I also figure that I could be entertaining by process of elimination. So here we are. And really, thank you for being here. So, um, Actually, the truth is that I know that you could be doing a lot of other things. There's the whole Netflix catalog. There's lots of porn, and there's like a lot of stuff going on online right now. Like at this point, I'm having like virtual FOMO. It's like if I do this yoga class, then I'm gonna miss this like sound bath or this relationship workshop or this music happening. Like I almost preferred it when if this first started and I knew that we were all just bored and miserable. So I appreciate you tuning in. I might be looking at my set list a little bit. But honestly, my goal really is to just make you laugh and maybe smile and forget everything for like a short while. But I've also been like, Wendy, like, what the fuck are you doing? But then again, who cares? And I've created a support system for myself. I'd like to introduce you to. This is Snoopy, my emotional support dog. Snoopy is actually allowed on airplanes, but that's a moot point right now. Well, sorry, bud. And then I also have my pal. Some of you on Facebook know. Uh, oh, I have my pal Jojo. Oops. Jojo's been like a big support to me. I actually did my set for Jojo earlier this morning, and Jojo thought it was like hilarious. And Jojo has really good taste. Seriously, I mean, like smart Jojo. And then the other thing I have set up here is so this is like this is, a weird way to do comedy. Comedy's meant to be for a live audience, right? Getting the laughter, getting the feedback. I can't hear anyone laughing, but I also can't hear anyone not laughing, right? I figure I don't know if I'm bombing, I don't know if I'm killing it, and that's fine. But just for some safety, I had a little backup. So I thought, what if I tell like a really bad joke, and even I know it's bad. So let's say I'm like, hey, you know what? Like everyone's drinking during this pandemic, like the Corona beer. Oh, of course it's So I have that. I might, do that every once in a while. Yes. So wow, these I'm trying to not I appreciate all these comments, but I'll ignore them till later. Um, yes. So, hey, one other thing that I do to boost my self esteem is that when I watch myself, so I will record myself and watch it. And one thing that I do is that I pretend that I'm dead, but that I'm someone that really loved me a lot that's watching me, and then you can do no wrong. So I do that also. So hey, why don't you go get yourself a drink? Get some wine, get some whiskey, smoke some weed. It's Saturday night, Help make me be more funny. But I guess it doesn't really matter that it's Saturday night, does it? And I think that in a way that's kind of cool. We're like in a perpetual like Vegas or the airport, right? Like if you have a drink at like 6 a.m. on a Sunday or 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, it doesn't matter, right? No one's going to judge you. But go get yourself a drink right now. I will wait. I'm just kidding. Um, so this is hard, right? I don't mean this, I mean like this. I know you know what I'm talking about. Or it's hard for most of us in one way or another. We all have our different struggles with this. I've been spending a lot of time alone. And you know that saying, wherever you go, there you are? Yeah, it's true. I mean, basically, that saying is like, so if you are, struggling and you decide to move to Hawaii, right? And you think your problems are going to go away. After a while, you're still you still have your shit, and you're going to have those problems in Hawaii. It's the same thing here. The shit I've been dealing with in my bedroom is the same shit I've been dealing with in my kitchen and my living room and even my bathroom. So, can't escape yourself. Embrace yourself. Um, I do think that the situation is a bit harder for people that are single rather than people that are in a couple, especially if you are in a couple with someone that you really like, really love, really like to spend time with. So appreciate that person, someone you like to touch and have sex with, you know? I mean, you can have a dick in your mouth if you want. You can have your tongue on a clit if you want. And they want to, obviously. But us single people, we got nothing. We got like an elbow, an air elbow from like 6 feet away. Hey, look, if we're gonna be 6 feet away, can't we do something more interesting? Can we take off our shirt or pull off our pants at least? I mean, come on. And look, I know it's also probably hard for people in couples too. I get it. Well, I don't get it, but I imagine, in the very beginning, it's like, I love you so much. We're going to go through this together. And then you're in the same place 3 weeks later. You're like, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want to see your elbow anymore. Your eyeballs are making me sick. So it's hard all the way around, right? Yeah. Um, but this situation has made me feel like I really do want to meet someone. Like I don't want to spend my life alone. I really do enjoy my own company, but I'd like to spend it with someone. And it's been hard to find someone. I mean, I'm really busy. And living in the city and my age, et cetera, et cetera. But I've decided when this is all over, I'm going to meet someone. And the way that I'm going to do that is to lower my standards a lot. So maybe you can help me. What I'm looking for is anyone between the ages of like 21, so we can drink, and 75, so we can drink, who doesn't have the coronavirus. And, maybe you could say, well, they don't make any money. Well, nobody's making any money anymore, so that's fine. Um, I'm really afraid that when this is over, the first person that hugs me, I'm going to want to fuck. I don't care who they are. They could be my family, they could be my clients, doesn't matter. So watch out. Just kidding. Comedy. Um, so I also, looking at my set list. Um, oh, so look, there's been some good things. I have had a lot of free time to do very important things, like writing, yoga, masturbation, very important things. I think that, even when you're in a couple, right, when you've been with the same person for a while, you try to like shake it up. And the same goes for masturbation. But with this whole new world, I'm thinking about trying some new things. Like, I thought I could have like a Zoom conference with myself, and then I would feel like I was having virtual sex with a stranger. Or I could put on a wig and a dress and look all hot and feel like I'm having my first like lesbian experience. Although it actually wouldn't be my first lesbian experience, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Okay. Um, so yeah. I also think that this is a lot harder for extroverts than introverts. I know there's a spectrum. I am a big extrovert. So, extroverts get their energy from being with other people. Okay. So this has been really hard for me. I mean, look what lengths I'm going to try to connect with other people. Okay. And then I've been hearing about these introverts that are like, my life hasn't changed at all. Okay, fuck you. Okay. I mean, not really, but fuck you a little bit. My life hasn't changed at all. Okay, okay, okay. Um, but hey, I am really grateful. I am so grateful for technology. And I was thinking, like, oh my God, what did they do when they had the Spanish flu in like 1918, right? What did they do? Like, read, write, think? That sounds horrible. Ah, so I'm counting my blessings. Um, and I feel like I'm doing better than I thought. I think I'm doing pretty well. Although I don't know, is this something a well person would do? um, but one thing that helps me get through this is having gratitude, and I've seen a lot of gratitude on Facebook, and really appreciating what you have. One thing that I would like to see is like the non woke gratitude list, Like, of course, I'm so grateful that I have like a safe, warm home to be at in shelter in place. And also, like, I'm so grateful that I don't have to go to work and see the faces of people I fucking hate. So grateful for that. Or like, I'm so grateful that I have this like time to like explore myself and like write in my journal, write poetry, really explore myself. And I'm so grateful I can just get high and watch porn and jerk off all day. Grateful for that. Or like, you know, I'm so grateful that like I have time now to cook organic, delicious, healthy meals for myself, that can get delivered to my front door. I'm so grateful to be living in the Bay Area. And I'm so grateful I can just eat with my fingers and just like have chocolate and put that on top of ice cream and put that on top of pie and put that on top of cake, and I can stuff it in my mouth and no one can see me. I'm really grateful for that. So those are like the grateful lists that I want to see. Um, so look, also, I know that I'm very privileged, and this is coming from a very privileged point of view. And I really do realize that there is a lot of people that are in really bad situations that have to stay home. And so I just want you to know that I do honor that. And so I think that you all should feel really bad and really guilty for having the good situation that you have. No, I'm just kidding. I will say I do feel guilty sometimes. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard for me to feel good about myself. I'm working on it. When I feel good about myself, I feel like I'm like Donald Trump or something. And what I want to feel when I'm good about myself, I want to feel like Beyonce. That's the kind of about myself I want to feel. So I'm working on that. Um, so I have been doing okay. I feel like I've been making good use of my time. One thing that is helpful is some of you know that I've been an intern at CPMC as a hospital therapist. And it's really hard to be in a hospital right now, very stressful. You can't have visitors. Obviously, it's a very stressful time. So I have been doing phone therapy, teletherapy with patients in the hospital. Hasn't been going that well. So I've decided to change my tactic. And instead of asking them how they're doing, I've been asking them, what are they wearing? And it's been going pretty well. I'm like, "Oh, a catheter. That's hot." Or like, "A bedpan? Did you know a bedpan is like my number one go-to masturbation fantasy?" I think I'm really cheering them up. Yeah. Um, I have been wondering how other diseases have been being affected by this COVID. I think it's doing a lot for herpes. I mean, at this point, what's a little herpes? But cancer on the other hand is very jealous. Cancer is like, "What about me?" Um so hey, sorry, I just looked at it. I can't look at these comments. So hey, there are some good things about this. One thing for me is that it's always been very difficult for me to get out of like a conversation that I'm not enjoying at a party or something, and then I feel stuck. But now with this whole Zoom thing, all I have to do is just pretend that I'm frozen. So when someone is like, let me tell you about my recipe for gluten free, dairy free, taste free cookies. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I really want to hear about. I don't know how long I have to hold that until they will go away. So I'll have to practice that. Another good thing about this is actually I see how Facebook has changed. I've really been enjoying Facebook and stuff. I think it's shifted a bit. I used to get really annoyed by all the real negative stuff on Facebook and just people like being like, I've been waiting at the airport for 4 hours, or like my Uber driver was not nice. It's like, come on, right? Don't sweat the small stuff. But I don't know. Then I realized, like, you can't help but sweat the small stuff, right? I mean, we all sweat the small stuff until there's a global pandemic. And then, I don't know, it's a little easier to not sweat the small stuff, right? So I've been appreciating the things that I've been seeing on Facebook. Uh, I've been on Facebook way too much. I guess it's okay. I mean, there's other things that I could be on way too much. And I feel like maybe most of us are doing something a little too much, right? But I feel like that's okay, you know? I mean, look, we're all in this together, but we're also alone. And honestly, there's definitely been times where I just feel really alone and scared and sad, and nothing helps. For real. And I think the thing that I need to do in that time is to really like deeply love myself, and that helps. The way I do that is I buy lots of shit online that I don't need, that I can't afford, and I have random virtual sex with strangers on the internet. That's what makes me love myself. I don't know what you do. No, seriously, look, there are times where I just don't have it in me to meditate and do yoga. And so I will have a bottle of wine and smoke some weed and lose myself in Netflix. And I think that's okay. That's okay. So I think that you should be okay with it too. And I know I'm studying to be a therapist, and what I know is the best thing that you can do is have a therapist tell you how you should feel. And that works. Okay. So I'm telling you to love yourself. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I guess that's about it for now. I kind of kept this, well, I don't know, long or short. Time is also really weird, isn't it? Oh, no, wait, I did forget one thing. With all this time. It's funny because I'm one of the very few people who I think my biggest stress before this all happened is the same stress now, which is my schoolwork. Literally, the only thing that has been stressing me out is the only fucking thing in the world that's not canceled or postponed, which is my schoolwork assignments. And you might think that I have all this time now to do my schoolwork, but no, that's not how it works with me. I just have more time to procrastinate. So instead of procrastinating for 3 hours before I start my paper, I now procrastinate for 9 hours before I start my paper. And that is not fun. But whatever, right? Um, so, yes, that really is it. But before I go, a couple things I would like to say. One is, hey, share your art, or share anything. Share yourself online, because that's all we got right now. I think now is a good time to experiment. Now is a good time to like fail, whatever that means. Let's share it. Let's take some risks, why not? Um, and please, before I go, I would just like to give a couple of shout outs. So I'd like to give a big shout out to my friend Ronan Spurlow, who has helped me with tech stuff, also inspired me to take David Ford's class at the Marsh, which like kind of started this whole me like performing my own stuff. So Ronan, thank you so much. And Ronan is doing awesome sound baths online, and he's also an amazing life coach. So if you need help with life, check him out. Um, he is ronanspurlow.com. And what I'm going to do, instead of spelling this, I'm going to put this on my Facebook page so you can look at it later instead of spelling it now. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Jordan Feinstein, who also helped me with tech stuff and who is literally helping me get through this. So, Jordan. And Jordan is a fucking amazing musician. He will be on at 9 o'clock tonight. And every Saturday, you can check out his music on his Facebook page, Jordan Feinstein, and also at Deadheadland Facebook page. Check him out. Last week he was on fire, man. Music. I mean, look, humans do a lot of shitty things. I think music is the best thing that we've done. So also I want to give a shout out to my friend Samuel Palmer, who is an amazing yoga teacher, sound healer, and voice teacher. And you can email him at samuelpalm@gmail.com. Again, I'm going to post this on my Facebook page. I also want to do a shout out to Lydia von Wagner, who is an amazing yoga teacher specializing in post and prenatal and giving birthing workshops. You have a baby now. We need to nurture that baby. So get some help from Lydia at www.lydiavonwagner.com, and I will post that. I also want to give a shout out to the Mindful Body, my home, and Miley and Susie and Guy, who are keeping the yoga community going. Live yoga. If you want some live yoga with some heartfelt, awesome teachers, check out themindfulbody.com. They are just amazing. So, and then very last thing, I wasn't going to ask for donations. I'm not asking for donations for me, but if you like this a little bit and you have a teeny bit of extra money, which I mean, okay, right? I don't need to say any more about that. It's hard. But Diana Oppenheim, who is an amazing yoga teacher and fucking kick ass activist, who's been doing so much for the homeless population, getting them food and shelter. She has a charity she has started called the Global Movement Network, that is just for all our social environmental change. So I'm going to put that on my Facebook. There is a GoFund. So if you want to give any money that you might have given to me, please give it to this. And let's just all help each other, love each other, care about each other. Um, you people that are my age and older, I'm thinking of Breakfast Club and Ali Sheedy's character when she's like, "I care," and I do. And thank you so much for joining me. If you want to see this again or want me to do this again, let me know. Give me any. What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you want me to talk about or whatever? I don't know. This was an experiment. And thank you so much for joining me. Okay. Bye. I don't know how to leave.